Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Deed Bear with Fabio Soto. So our first semifinals, no break for us today. Lalo Portillo coming in against Conrrado Moscoso. Fabio, these players never met at any Tier 1 events. Lalo, one final appearance only, and that was, I believe, Sioux Falls?
Yeah.
And Moscoso has not only one final appearance, but he also has a title, and he won the American Irish Bolivia Open. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is going to be a spectacular match. Fabio, what's your thoughts here?
Well, first off, I'm very happy that Eduardo Portillo has reached this plateau. He's gone this far. I mean, of course, defeating Andre Parrilla, his doubles partner, earlier today in a grueling tiebreaker. And you know what? It took a lot out of Eduardo Portillo. I talked to him earlier today, and he seemed focused. But after the match, I talked to him, and remember how we were talking about his shots were coming out of the back wall? And he told me that he was feeling a little funny in his wrist, and he was just recuperating. So he is focused, and he's very, very happy that he's come this far. So we'll see. And when it comes to Conrrado Moscoso, it just comes a matter of focus and getting the job done. He defeated a very tough Rocky Carson.
Well, our first match of the semifinals is going to be fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the court. The players are ready. We're ready right here.
Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. What is that shirt, dude? Is that shirt a boy's small or what?
Well, Dean, beginning of the match right here.
I'm excited. I think this is I think this is going to be a fantastic match. Like I said, I'm very interested to see how Lalo Portillo kind of responds to the play of a Conrrado Moscoso. Lalo winning the toss.
He'll start us off.
I think he's going to call an encroachment right there. That's a point for Portillo. First one off the board. One serving, zero. This is, like I said, this is our first semifinal match. We already talked how they got here. And what a great pass by Conrrado Moscoso. Normally, any type of Moscoso match, we get a ton, and I mean an absolute ton of Bolivian viewers. So we'll address them in a minute. But right now, Moscoso's in the box. Bottom board skips right there. We're at one. I believe it's one serving one. Please like our post and share our feed. I would love for everyone to write in there who they think's going to win this match. Beautiful ball control from Conrrado Moscoso. Some of the things that Sudsy and Kane were talking about when they were discussing Conrrado Moscoso is, the fact that he's good, but he really doesn't know how good he is and how he needs to kind of season himself more, learn how to change up his serve, and learn how to work his opponent over rather than just go with the way he's been doing it, which is straightforward. Head Pen is not only the scoreboard sponsor of the IRT, they're not just the official ball of the IRT, LPRT, USAR. Head Pen is the industry leader in all things racquetball. Check them out online today, www.head.com/racquetball. I thought that was short. What a grab by Lalo Portillo, side out.
That's what I like about Portillo. He never loses focus, never loses concentration, always keeps his eye on the ball, and that helps in that rally, just like that.
There's some Lalo Portillo fans in there.
Oh yes, there are.
But there are a lot of. So Daniel, if we want to talk about who's favored, we'd probably have to say the higher seed, and that would be Lalo. however, that's not the case. We talked about it this whole weekend. You know, the player that's going to be win is going to be the player who was able to kind of, you know, work a lot during this pandemic on and off the court, and not many players can do that, depending on where they lived and when their lockdown was down. So I think if you even though Lalo's the higher seed, I would have to think that Conrrado Moscoso is the favored player here, and I'm going to tell you why. He's won a Grand Slam event already. This is a second Grand Slam event for him if he wins this. Other than a U.S. Open, he won the Bolivian Iris over Rocky Carson in an unbelievable final match. But we shall see. In order to win, you got to make the shots. I thought that skipped. Lalo's going to appeal that directly, and it did skip. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to welcome into the booth right now the coach, Fran Davis. Fran, welcome to the booth. First of all, how are you doing in cold Atlanta?
Well, it's so nice to be, able to go to a restaurant. I just came from lunch. You were talking about places being locked down. The whole West Coast is pretty much locked down, from all the way from Washington to Oregon, all the way down to California, and that's where Rocky lives. So he really has not been on an indoor court in 10 months. So it's very, very difficult. You try to make do. He at least lives in a warm climate. He was able to play outdoor, so it wasn't like he hasn't been hitting, but it's completely different.
Yeah, and it's nice to see a player compete, even given the fact that he wasn't able to practice, a guy like Rocky Carson, and I'm not sure how Moscoso's been, working out. I know that Lalo, Portillo, and Andre, they had a time where the courts were shut down and then they came back. So I don't know. Fabio, do you know if there's more of a lockdown in San Luis Potosí?
San Luis Potosí currently has their clubs open within a schedule. They're not open as they were until 10, 11 p.m., but they're open until about 8 p.m. and they open until 8 p.m. and they open in the morning about at 9. So they have an opportunity to train.
I mean, even just watching, when football came back and baseball came back and tennis came back, a lot of the players, it took, several weeks to a month to get used to competing.
Holly in the chat box says, Fran, she misses you.
Holly, Scott, I miss you too. I miss all the women. I wish this was a men's and women's Grand Slam, but hopefully we'll have more of those coming down the pipe.
First serve coming out of the box here. Moscoso. So as the numbers climb, the viewers climb, please like our post and share. We don't have enough shares. We need a few more. We want to get this number up to over 2,000 live viewers. It's definitely a possibility. People all over pretty much the globe are starving for racquetball, Fran. I think that's evident today. You can see a lot of players, even amateurs, traveled from far and wide all over to play in this event.
It's amazing to be here myself. It was a hard decision to make, but I came, and just talking to all of the players, the amateur fans, they are stoked to be back. They're really happy that Jason Chan, the owner of the club, is allowing us to have this event. IRT putting it on. Donald Williams and Francisco Zurich, all have come together to make this a very, very successful event.
Two serving one on the head-pad scoreboard. Early lead for Portillo.
It's been going back and forth. No one's scoring points. Just side out, side out.
Yeah, so from a coaching standpoint, is that nerves? Or what do you tell your player if they have a lot of those things? Or is it just or do you leave them alone?
Well, I think, as a coach, I just spent the afternoon with Sebastian and Garay, who are going to be playing in the doubles. And we talked about game plan. And the more prepared you are mentally and physically when you do go on the court, and you've put the time in and you've watched video, the less nervous you are. So it's not just about talking. It's about, doing the things that you need to do to make yourself comfortable and prepared.
That ball clearly skipped. I mean, it looked like it hit the sidewall and the ground and rolled to the front wall.
And this early in the match, Eduardo Portillo only has one appeal left in this game.
He burned 2, right?
He burned 2 already.
No, he won that other appeal.
Yeah, but not smart. As a coach, I would, unless it was absolutely obvious, I definitely would not, have my student appeal while it is 0-0 or 1-1.
Well, Rocky did it today. Well, this is a coming of age party for Lalo Portillo over the past year since Sioux Falls. He made a finals. I think he made a semifinals in Texas.
I remember that he had a great event in Arizona last time we were there. He defeated Rocky. It was a good event.
Yeah, in every sport, that's what it takes, in soccer and in baseball and in tennis and in racquetball. As you progress as a junior, you go through the junior tournaments and the junior ranks and some of the the lower tiered IRT events, and you get experience. And then you play some of these big events, and you might be able to take out a top 10 seed or a top 15 seed, and you start to get more and more confident, and you start to develop as a player physically. But a lot of it is also mental. I know you guys talk a lot about the physical thing, stroke mechanics and serve, but a lot of it is, how mentally tough they are.
Yeah, it was Arizona where Lalo Portillo made his first semifinals, where he lost to Alejandro Landa, and then in the Lewis Drug. He lost to Daniel in the final. So he has 1 finals and 1 semifinals. So this is his second semifinal appearance in history on the tour. And I'm going to tell you, it's probably not his last.
Definitely not.
He's definitely a player that's on the rise.
As is Moscoso. I mean, they both are. They're young. They both each took out veterans today. And
the highest seed. They took out the higher seed.
And veterans, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so they're, they're not coming of age. They're here. It's just they need, a little bit more experience to be able to do this on a consistent basis, month by month. We'll see.
Okay, back to the action on center court. Lalo actually got that ball.
Well, he's not appealing. He's going to be careful of his next appeal.
Yeah. He has to be absolutely
completely
positive.
Sure.
And he could be correct, but the call still doesn't go his way. So game 1, 6-2, Moscoso serving. That looked like a screen serve right there. Second serve coming up for Moscoso. Set up, Portillo. Oh, that hit the crack, but Moscoso was able to get a racket on it. Fabio, you can see this is exactly what happened with Portillo when he was playing Andre. A lot of the balls are coming off the back wall. Can't do that against Moscoso.
Great cutoff. He just didn't put it away.
Compelling.
Good shot.
What a way to end that exchange between these two gentlemen.
Interesting timeout. We'll take a short break. We'll be back on IRT Live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. My Pillow is the first outside industry partner. Not only do they have amazing pillows, they also have sheets, mattress toppers, robes, and much, much more. Proudly made in the USA. We all here at the USA, at the IRT, use them. And you should too. Visit mypillow.com, promotion code IRT for amazing discounts today. The IRT also has a new apparel partner. That's Formula Flow. Shop formulaflow.com. Get all your IRT gear there. They also have amazing socks. And what they do is they put what foot it belongs on. They got a little L and an R on it. I love it.
I love that.
I don't have any thought process when I get my socks on. So thank you, Momo Zalata, for fantastic gear. Back to the action, center court, 7-2, Moscoso.
So that was a very wise timeout, Dean. Even though it's 7-2, it's still early. I think it was a good moment for Eduardo Portillo to kind of ice the server a little bit. Let's see if it works, though.
Well, you know what? The game was getting away from him, so.
Yeah, and because Moscoso is such a great raw shooter, you know, when he gets into a rhythm, when he gets his confidence level up, you know, 7-2 could become a, 14-2. You got to be very, very careful. So psychologically, it was a good timeout. We don't know if it'll work.
Well, Moscoso got another point there. I honestly think, nice little skip in there. I honestly think Moscoso plays a little looser with the lead. So you don't want him to have a big lead.
It sounded like it skipped.
That's a skip. Let's see what Eduardo Portillo has to say about it. No, he's not appealing. He's looking
But
at this corner.
that's the pressure that you feel when you're playing a shooter like a Moscoso and the score is 2-8. You think you have to end the rally sooner than you should. I thought he was shooting from pretty deep in the court. I don't know if he was thinking kill, pinch, but he should have been thinking pass.
Second serve coming up.
Can't leave that ball up.
No.
This looks very.
This is
like
a sloppy,
yeah,
this
sloppy
is very
rally.
sloppy rally.
But look at the ending to that. Between the legs, sidewall, front wall, kill shot.
Not only was
Moscoso.
was it between the legs, his back was to the front wall and his front was to the back wall.
Let's see the replay right here. Here it comes.
Look at that.
There you go.
That's got to be demoralizing.
Turns around with the fist pump. Wow, what a bullet of a first serve.
I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody watching in Latin America, of course. From Mexico, watching Eduardo Portillo in San Luis Potosí. And from Bolivia, all the country Bolivia, I'm sure, are watching right Conrrado Moscoso. Thank you very much. Please like our post, share our feed. Saludos a toda la gente bella de Latinoamérica, México y Bolivia que están viendo a Eduardo Portillo y Conrrado Moscoso. Un abrazo y un saludo a todos desde Atlanta, Georgia.
Missed a easy shot right there. Open foot stance.
But he's got a little wiggle room. If he misses one, no big deal.
Yeah.
When Portillo misses one, it's monumental. Got to have a better serve than that.
Fran, so the question in the chat box is why is it so hard to teach the pass? I'll give you my answer quick. You tell.
Is your name Fran?
No.
Oh.
Love it. Okay,
I thought it was for Fran, but you can answer for me. Go ahead.
No, I'm not answering for you. I'm trying to guess your answer. That's my point. Is it because shooting the ball is too is what's the word I'm looking for now? Is too pretty and people want to play pretty.
Which is pretty? The kill or
the kill.
I think the kill, it's an ego shot. You want to hit low, you want to hit hard, you don't want your opponent to get to it, and it builds up the ego. A pass, again, is a higher percentage, prettier shot. It's not as glamorous, but it gets the job done. So pass first, kill second. Why kill when you can win with a pass? You have a lot more room for error.
Kill for show, pass for dough.
There you go. Hope that, Daryl, hope that answered your question from the coach.
Not a coach, the coach.
Moscoso serving. Big lead for Conrrado.
And the thing is, even the players, people watching at home, think about when you have a big lead or when you are behind by so much. What are the feelings you're feeling? These guys are the same. They're feeling the same thing. You know, Portillo's probably feeling a little uptight. I got to end the rally sooner so I can make a point. You know, Moscoso is relaxed, and he's just shooting lights out. You know?
What
Great
a pickup.
bet.
But look how Moscoso scooted right back. You know, he shuffled his feet.
He's got great footwork.
Kept his body straight with the ball. And when he moved that way, what he did is he kept Lalo against the wall, and he had 3/4 of the court to shoot.
I always teach that. You know, run around your backhand to hit your forehand. If you could box somebody out and you're not up against the wall, it's a great strategic move. He's got to do more with that ball. He's lucky he got another shot at it.
Hashtag just a replay.
11-2?
Yes.
11 serving 2.
Yeah, and being here, you know, at home when you're watching it might seem like, you know, Portillo's not playing well, but he is. It's just that he hasn't been able to score a point when he's serving. He's only getting a side out when he's receiving. So it's hard to make it close when you can't score a point when you're serving. And that's why you see these pros taking their time when they're serving, because they're visualizing, they're thinking about what serve they want to hit versus just hitting the serve.
Someone's asking, is Portillo good at comebacks? I think any one of these top, 8 players, are able to come back from any deficit.
Well, did they watch the quarterfinal versus Andre Parrilla? Came back, won the third one. Set out.
Yeah, Portillo this morning was down 1-5 in the breaker against Andre Parrilla, and he came back on one serve, round 7-5. So he scored 6 unanswered points, and then went ahead to take out Andre 11-8.
And in Mexico in his junior years, when you saw him play all those junior Olympics and national championships, we always called him like he had ice in his veins, because we don't see him change his demeanor much. Losing, winning, he has a killer attitude.
Today was the first time when it was really tight and he hit a great shot and he let out a scream. I've never heard that from Portillo.
Yeah.
I hear it a lot from Moscoso, from other players, but not from Portillo. It was nice to see a little bit of emotion.
Of course. 12 serving 2 in the headpen scoreboard. Moscoso to the serve.
Yeah, he got lucky there.
Ball.
The most important thing is when you're receiving is to get your opponent back so you can get up there and control center court. That is key. You cannot leave your server in the middle where they can tee off and score an easy point.
Especially not someone like Moscoso.
I mean, look at that footwork.
Yeah.
Moves, small little steps, gets in position, sets his feet.
Kane was pointing out how low Moscoso gets when he hits the ball, that not many players get that low.
His footwork is very similar, on the lady side to Paola. Paola, as short as she is, and she gets to so many balls, and she has such great footwork. Very, very similar, the two of them.
Wow.
What a dive right there.
That was a skip. No?
IRT wants to give a special thanks to Gearbox for being one of our Inside Industries partners. Check out all the latest and innovative equipment from Gearbox. Gearbox supports the sport of racquetball, but many athletes as well. Check them out online, www.gearboxsports.com. Wow. Look at a high percentage right there.
Yeah, so sometimes people say, well, I saw Kane do this, or, well, like, I saw Moscoso. Well, that's something that you're not capable of doing. So
Yeah, not yet.
It's very difficult, but their eye-hand coordination is amazing. He's got to get that ball to the ceiling. He cannot just poke it. Portillo, when he crossed over, all he did was poke it. He's got to get that ball to the ceiling. And he then went behind Moscoso when he needs to come back to the majority of the court so that Moscoso can feel his presence. But when Moscoso could block him out, no pressure, easy point.
13 serving 2. 2 points away, Moscoso.
Too many setups.
Beautiful pass up way too far. In front of the dotted line.
And
it's a
that's
big no-no, right, Fran?
Big no-no. You don't position yourself in front of the dotted line. You're on or behind the dotted line. You move to get the shot, and then you come back to on or behind the dotted line based on where the ball's at. Yes, because if you're too far forward, you're vulnerable to the pass, and the pass is easier to make than the kill or the pinch. 14-2. No, that was an ace
15.
for a point.
Game 1 in the books, ladies and gentlemen. All Moscoso. Let's take a look at the serve. Perfect position. Great angle. It did hit the side wall, but Lala was going to get it. It might have come off the back wall. I don't know, a couple of replays here. This is between the legs. What a great shot. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Game 1 is in the books, 15-2. We'll take a short break. We'll be back for the start of Game 2 on IRT Live.
The foundation supports a lot of players. They help with expenses and room and all that kind of stuff, so it's a lot of help for us, the players. It motivates us, the players, to play more tournaments, to train harder, to keep our level high. It makes me feel special because they are really nice people. They treat you nice. They make you feel like you're important.
My name is Kane, and this is Ali, and we're owners of Crowning Moment.
When it came time for Kane and I to really take our business to the next level, we knew that we were ready to do that, and we didn't have any issues getting everything started within a few days with Suivant and the team over there. We had a lot of questions, of course, when it came to starting a new business, and without hesitation, they were right on the ball with us at every second.
Finding Suivant was very easy, obviously, because I have a personal relationship with Donald. And obviously being an athlete, I don't really have time to find all the paperwork and do everything. They got that to me very easily, and the process was very, very simple. Having Suivant Consulting behind me allows me to focus on what's important, and that's just being an athlete.
Starting a business together, there's a lot of other challenges involved in something like that, and the team over there has been nothing but supportive to us.
I would highly recommend Suivant Consulting to all my racquetball peers if they want to get to the next level.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. New partner of ours, couldn't come at a better time. I've replaced all my Tylenol and Advil with Optimen. It works fast for my soreness and strenuous activities. And over time, certain chronic pain can even go away. Everybody wants to reduce stress, especially athletes. Optimen is an all-natural stress reliever for pros and families just like yours. Visit www.optimen.net/IRT. Take the pain out of your game. I want to thank Optimen for being a partner of the tour. Game 2, Dean Bear in the booth, Fabio Soto. We're joined with Fran Davis as a special guest. Is that for Fabio? Fran, let everybody know how they can get a hold of you. Say they want to buy your book, they want to buy your DVD. How can someone do that?
www.frandavisracquetball.com. And I actually am running a special that I ran over the holidays just because of this tournament. And the book alone, the DVD alone, or together, you get 20% off. And then you just pay the shipping of the original price of the book. So the book was $20, and it's now $16. And the DVD's $25, and now it's $20. So just order it, and it's good until this coming Monday. And all the tips that I'm giving you here today and around the tournament are all in the DVD and in the book.
How do they get the 20% off? They have to put a code in?
Code HH2020. If for some reason you forget it, just email me, tell me you watched the IRT production, and I'll take care of you.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Special for our guests. Nice little pass there down the line.
That was a correct shot taken by Eduardo Portillo.
So Michael in the chat box says he has both, and he recommends both. Thank you, Fran. All right.
And who's that, Mike? Who?
Michael Babo. Bibu.
Oh, he's from Oregon. He just took my camp. How you doing, Mike? Trying to get Forrest, your son, to come take some lessons when the club opens.
Moscoso missing one, serving one. Fran, what do you tell Lalo Portillo after coming off a game 1, 15-2 loss as a coach? What do you tell him? How do you get him back in the game?
That game is over. It's a game to 2 now. You got to play point by point. You've got to learn from some of the things that happened in the first game. As a coach, I would say we would do X, Y, Z. Let's make some adjustments here and there. But that game is over. Let's move ahead. Let's be in the present moment, and anything can happen.
Moscoso serving. Short serve.
But that's the unfortunately the death when you come off a big loss in the first game. We carry to the second. We get down on ourselves. We're mad at ourselves, and no one plays well when that happens. So. All right, again, still a low-scoring game in the beginning, back and forth, 1-1. Look at that. So when somebody is able to turn around and attack your Z serve, that means you've hit it too much, you're giving it away. That was an excellent choice by Moscoso. I teach that to my high-level players, and it sends a message to the server. And usually the server will not do it again.
That's the message. Don't do that again.
Yeah.
Moscoso with an ace serve to the left corner, just bit the corner. Kind of.
Let's watch this replay right here.
After the serve.
Gotcha.
Another one off the back. Can't do that.
That was a good shot called by the referee.
Lalo immediately.
Moscoso did that today, playing Rocky 3 times, overturned the referee's call. Great sportsman. And then Lalo doesn't have to waste an appeal just in case one of the lines person didn't see it his way. That wasn't a bad serve, forced Moscoso to go back to the ceiling.
Ooh.
Very rare mistake there.
Could have caught the crack.
Let's look at this ace serve. Boom.
Oof.
Tough.
He's hitting bombs in the corner. His serves are making it. We were watching before, Fran, that a lot of serves were short.
So many against Rocky.
Against Rocky. That was something that, again, that Kane and Sudsy were bringing up often was, you know, why they were short, and also with his footwork with the foot faults.
That can play very heavy on your mind when you keep getting footfall, and your serve is good. It messes with your head. But I think, you know, Rocky's match, you know, the first game he was not on his serve, and in the second and third he was, and obviously it's carried out to this semifinal match because he is serving lights out compared to the match he played Rocky early this morning.
I'll agree with you there.
And when you have a great serve, you know, you are putting an enormous amount of pressure on your opponent. And I basically, you know, in my camps, in my private lessons, I tell people you want to have 1 to 2 days a week for 30 to 45 minutes designated just to work on your serves.
And Fran, what you were saying about that serve, it's just that 2 times a week, 30 to 45 minutes, just one serve or serves all around?
No, well, it depends on, usually what I like to do if you're doing it twice a week, I would either do 45 minutes of a variety of drive serves on one day and a variety of lob serves on another day. Or you can do 20 minutes one day of the drive serves and 25 minutes of the lobs, and the other day the same. So, you know, 25 and 20. And when you're doing the drive serves, you want to hit all the different drive serves. So you might want to hit in 3 positions in the service zone, the middle and right and left. Let's say you hit, you know, 5 to the right, 5 to the left. Then you move to the middle, 5 to the right, 5 to the left. And then you do your Z serves, and then you do your jam serves based on the level you play. So that's how you get consistent. Do you know that Michael Jordan, the basketball player, he hit 1,000 free throws every day after school.
After what?
After school.
Really?
Yep. It's in his book. It's amazing. And that's how he became one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
The greatest.
The greatest. Some of the other guys today might not think, but we know.
We know better.
Want to say hi to Carlos Gonzalez watching. A lot of people watching in the chat box. Please like the post, share the feed.
And, you know, when you ask me about, you know, drilling, what do you practice? Most people practice what they're good at. What you want to do is you want to spend time on what you're not good at, so you develop more variety on your serve. You don't want to forget the serve or the shot or whatever you're working on that's good, but you want to spend a majority of the time developing a weaker shot or a weaker serve to make it more dominant. So,
Little different game 2 here. Lalo kind of saying in the game, skip ball by Moscoso, another point by Portillo.
Yeah.
So sometimes, you know, when somebody wins that big, 15-2, you almost get bored playing. And that would be something that I would tell Moscoso, hey, Portilla's not going to lay down and die. He's not going away. Just because you won 15-2 doesn't mean that you can go in there and let your guard down. Go out, play as hard as you did the first game, stay engaged, stay ahead if you can. Don't give him a chance to think that he is equal or better than you by just keeping that score as big and wide as possible.
And, you know, it's not only bored, you can get a little overconfident. You know, you can just, you know, take things for granted, and that's the problem.
Yep. Absolutely. I've seen it.
Moscoso to the serve. It's trailing by 2, 3-5 in the headpen scoreboard.
interesting that he's switched now to a lob serve when really his drive serve is what got him to 15-2. I'm not following that game plan much. I would be surprised because as a coach, you never change a winning game. The only time you change a game is when it's not working. But when something is working, you want to stick with it.
I
What
don't
a
know.
diving re-kill right there.
I don't know if that has to do with the fact that we've seen. Oh, let's see the replay here.
Around the world. Lalo pinch. Look at he was all over that.
I don't know if that has to do with what you're mentioning. I think you're right. I don't know if it has to do with Conrrado when he's playing a tournament, and he's known to sometimes overwork his right shoulder, and in this event he's not only playing, he played doubles pro, but he's also playing open doubles as well. So he got 3 events, and he's still in the open doubles draw right now.
That's a big no-no to Fran Davis. 3
exactly.
events.
That's my point. So I don't know. I'm just guessing. I haven't talked to him about it. If his shoulder is giving an issue, that he maybe, I'll take it slow. I'll maybe lob and not drive it.
But
I don't know.
and that is why you don't play in 3 events.
He played open doubles literally like 15 minutes ago.
I know. I saw him before I left to get a bite to eat. You play in the 2 divisions that matter. For him, it's men's pro singles and men's pro doubles. End of story.
That's it.
Now, there are some pros that get paid by amateurs to play in their division, and, I'm still not a fan of that because you make $1,000 from an amateur player to play with them, and you lose $2 to $3 grand and ranking points by getting tired or getting hurt or not being mentally engaged. So I'm not. When an athlete comes to me, I tell him what I feel. It's your decision. But then when something happens, don't come crying to me and tell me that, you were right.
Exactly. Moscoso to the serve again. Now he's trailing only by 1, 4-5 in the headpan scoreboard.
Skipped another one. Going bottom board.
Another
very
skip.
often. Nice down the line. Good re-kill there by Moscoso.
To me, he looks, Moscoso, not as engaged. He's standing up more.
Tired?
He could be. I don't know. I'm not in his head, but his body language, which usually resonates pretty loud on anybody, it kind of looks like that.
I
and
agree.
again, if he's playing 3 events and he's been on the court 8 hours, as opposed to somebody else that's been only on 4 or 5, you're going to be tired, not just physically but mentally.
Let's look at this ace again from Conrrado Moscoso.
Wow, beautiful.
So an ace serve on a drive serve, you want it to bounce just over the short line or on or before the dotted line, so it bounces twice before the back wall. Unless you're playing at altitude, then it changes.
Another good shot by Moscoso. Changed up the serve right there. Hits an ace, and then he hit almost like a jam, try to catch Lalo off guard. Hit the side wall.
And just like that, Moscoso retakes the lead in game number 2. Now he's up 6-5.
Yeah, I think Moscoso's getting engaged right now. How you said, he looks disengaged. I think he just,
He heard Fran.
maybe flicked the switch or something. What a get.
Side out.
Again, I love the cutoff. I love when that ball floats through the middle of the court and you're at the skill set that you can do it. Take time away from your opponent, have your opponent be in the way. Easy point, and again, it sends a message that you're aggressive. If you make a mistake, I'm taking advantage. Really important. And with that, side out. Good move on Portillo's part. Oh, Rockstar just showed up.
We're gonna get Rocky on in the next match. Yeah, I heard Rocky knows how to do Pablo's job.
Yeah,
The
Pablo's
switching.
Pablo's going to take a break, and Rocky's going to be a temporary producer. Conrrado Moscoso up by 1 again, 6-5.
Somebody today asked me, what do you think of the overhead, which is what Portillo just hit. When somebody hits a Z serve to you that is attackable, you want to hit an overhead pass, not a kill, not a reverse pinch. Much more difficult. But the pass will drive your opponent back, and it puts a lot more pressure on the server because you're coming in as they're coming out. Excellent choice.
Well said. Moscoso with a 2-point lead. Serving well. Drive serve coming up. What's really going to be interesting is the next match, Landa versus Murray. Murray got out of here before a little bit. Landa just finished prior to this match, and he has to stay at the club because when this match is over, his is up.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody this afternoon, and I said, I mean, I know it's the nature of the timing, but the guy that plays last, you know, who's the highest seed, is really the one that's hurt the most. Because if other matches go three games, all of a sudden now the 2-hour break that he would have had, he only gets a half hour. That's tough. I don't know the right answer, but it is tough to do.
Yeah, well, it's tough when we have an event with doubles and it's a Saturday night doubles final. That's tough. If we didn't have a doubles Saturday night finals, it would have been there would have been a little more of a break in there because the semifinals would have been probably a little bit later.
Mm-hmm. And Landa has a semifinals, and then right after the semifinals,
doubles. He's
in the finals of doubles. That's a lot of racquetball.
So Moscoso's not really as sharp this game, still in the lead. That's what really good players do. If they're not playing well, they still come out with a win. What does that do again for like an opponent, like a Lalo Portillo? He knows he's playing against Moscoso. He sees Moscoso's not playing well, but he's still losing. What does that do to a player?
I think it's a mental thing. It's something he has to work on. You know, you got to be able to see opportunities, and that's an opportunity. If Moscoso, you know, or your opponent is not playing well, and you have an opportunity to step up to the plate, you have to be mentally tough, physically prepared to be able to do that. That's a sign of a champion.
I agree.
You know, and that's something if he doesn't do now, that's something he has to learn. And he will. Again, to me, that was a sloppy return. He's lunging Portillo, but not popping it to the ceiling. You must lunge, pop it to the ceiling, bide yourself time.
Timeout on the court. We'll take a break here. We'll be back on IRT Live.
The Gearbox leather sticks to my hand like it is my skin.
The best feeling in the world. You pull that thing out of the package, and you can kind of just feel it still molded into the way they packaged it.
It's honestly one of the best feelings ever. You put the new glove and you're like, I got this. It's so light and so comfortable that I feel like I'm playing with my bare hand.
The grip is a lot better, so I love having new gloves.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. For those who are just joining us, 2021 Suivant Consulting IRT Pro-Am, presented by Zurich Construction. For the IRT, I am Fabio Soto, joined here in the booth, Dean Baer and Fran Davis.
Yeah, the IRT would really like to thank Reaching Your Dream Foundation. Together, we brought early rounds at this Atlanta, Georgia Grand Slam. One of the things fans have been asking for is to see these early qualifying matches. Well, the IRT listened, and with the help of Reaching Your Dream Foundation, it happened. please help RYDF. Help the people who support us. We do appreciate it. Visit give2rydf.org today.
Well, let's see if that
Wow.
timeout counted.
Beautiful ace to the forehand. Lalo stepped left. Ball went right. Point Moscoso.
That's the beauty of having a variety of serves. You never know what's coming. It's like a pitcher in baseball.
Yeah, but Moscoso was not giving Rocky any serves to the forehand. He was drive serving that backhand.
Mostly
all
to the
time.
backhand, but he did.
In game 3, he did.
Correct.
But the other games, no. Second serve. A shot by Lalo Portillo.
So I do have a question. Is there money in men's open doubles?
Yes.
And how much?
I don't know.
And he's still playing with Kadim?
He is playing with
Okay.
Kadim.
So I think that timeout kind of woke up Moscoso instead of Portilla. And Portilla's the one that took the timeout. So it's 10 plays 6.
I am so cold.
I think Seattle is warmer than here.
I think Alaska is warmer than here.
That's
So,
a skip. That's a skip and his side out there, benefiting Eduardo Portillo. You know, now that Moscoso has reached double digits, Fran, I think this is the time for Portillo just to put his foot on the gas because he doesn't want to let him go that far. Obviously, he's doing a lot better than game number 1, but we've talked about the demeanor of Moscoso. I think this is the time for Portillo, if he's ever going to do it, right now.
You know, how I look at, I see it, you know, again, body language. It does not look like, you know, that he's fully engaged and feels that he can win. I don't know. I've not talked to him, but that's his, you know, his body language.
Maybe he respects him too much. That's the thing. In Mexico, when we have these young players going up against, let's say, an Alvaro Beltran, right, and they respect who he is, they'll never beat him unless they lose the respect they have for him. They have to think, okay, I respect you, but on the court, I'm going to beat you.
Well, what they do is you need to respect everybody you play. Respect all, fear none. But what they do is they put them on a pedestal, you know. And I watch a lot of tennis, and a lot of these young kids coming up, you know, playing, let's say, Nadal in the French Open, who's won 13 French Opens or whatever he's won. You know, they say, oh, I grew up with him, and he's my idol, and now I'm getting to play him. And, you know, the first time they fall apart. And then as time goes on, they don't. And that's what he's got to do. You know, but it is definitely a real thing that happens in all sports, not just racquetball.
Agree.
Moscoso 4 points away from moving on to the finals here.
See, that was a left-up shot that Portilla has
What
to
a
put
diving
down.
get right there. How did he get that ball? Amazing.
I mean, I commend. Well, let's look at the replay. Let's look at this replay right here.
I love that front view.
Look at that.
And that,
But look, he's standing right in front of that dotted line. 1 foot in front.
and Portilla saw him moving in that direction. That's why he hit the ball in the opposite direction. That was pretty smart.
Pablo, there's a lot of people in the chat box from Bolivia. We need to tell them what's going on.
Saludos a toda la gente hermosa de Bolivia que está viendo este partido entre Conrrado Moscoso y Eduardo Portillo. Toda la gente de Cochabamba, Santa Cruz, La Paz, todos de Sucre, Tarija, todos los que nos están viendo allá, un abrazo desde acá, Atlanta, Georgia. Denle like a nuestras publicaciones, compartan las ligas y sigan promoviendo el racquetball. Conrrado Moscoso recibiendo.
Lalo says not yet, ladies and gentlemen.
That's so Lalo Portillo trying to get into the groove of this. I mean, he's only 3 points away from Conrrado Moscoso. He's not that far. That is an ace.
An ace of Lalo Portillo.
Wow.
Well, he's closing the gap. And now it looks really like Moscoso's tired.
Let's
he's
watch.
Playing very sloppy.
Look at Portillo. Nice, good. Oh,
That's
crack ace.
Yep, crack ace.
Put it right in the corner.
Yeah, but I like Portillo. He's hitting.
Broken ball.
Broken ball.
He's hitting harder and with a lot more authority. I like it.
Lalo wants to go tiebreaker.
And well, look at the score, 8-11. Just a little while ago, it was 6-11.
This little breather here might be good for Eduardo Portillo. Get a little bit more confidence.
Yeah, and Moscoso, who looks like he's getting tired. I don't think Moscoso wants to go a breaker. Not if he's playing 3 events.
No. Skip shot right there.
Unforced error. Bad timing. That was an opportunity to score another point. But like you said, he's within 2 points now. 11-9.
I don't know.
Timeout, Moscoso. We'll take a short break ourselves. We'll be back on IRT Live.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are live, Atlanta, Georgia. 2021 Suivant Consulting IRT Pro-Am, presented by Zurich Construction for the IRT. In the booth here, Fabio Soto, Dean Bear, along with our special guest of the day, Fran Davis. So, Fran, a timeout by Conrrado Moscoso there. Even though he's in the lead, even though he has a serve, he took a timeout. We talk about, Dean and I, sometimes about taking a timeout. Mostly it's when you're receiving, but sometimes we see some athletes very rarely take it when you're serving. What's the psyche difference between one another?
Well, I think this was a great timeout. Maybe he lost his concentration. His coach outside, Kadeen, Carrasco, told him to take a timeout. They wanted to review the serves he's going to hit. Let's close out this match. You're within 4 points. I think it was a great timeout. I don't think that there's any one way for a timeout to occur that's good. It's the timing of it and what's the reason for it.
Lalo got him out.
Not a bad serve, but an excellent return, though, from Portillo.
That's what he's got to do. Wrap him, move him. Once you let Moscoso set his feet, you're in trouble. But if you move him and have him hit on the run, greater chance of mistakes. And it's still not late. He's now within 1 point. Pretty good adjustment.
I tell you, I'm very impressed with the serve from Lalo Portillo. I mean, I honestly look at, from when we were in Chicago, I think Lalo put a lot of work into his serve, and it's paying off.
11-11, game number 2.
Tied it up.
I'm impressed, I have to say.
And it's, yes, he's putting pressure on Moscoso, but Moscoso's making some very big unforced errors when he really has a setup. That's okay, you know. Portillo, you know, should hold his head up and still dig deep, and he came back to tie the game. You know, he made one little mistake after scoring 6 points.
Calling good shot. Buena bola, Fabio. Buena bola.
That was a flat rollout for sure.
Lalo just with the stab right there. Instantly, the facial expression from Conrrado, Moscoso.
Who is now 3 points away from taking this match. Let's see what he does. Of course, photon serve. Short serve. Not surprisingly, friend, ever since he came out of that timeout, talking to his coach, no more lob serves on his first try. He's going for the drive now. Maybe his coach told him, hey, listen, don't mess around. You got to close this match.
And the drive serve's working, so use it. Another mistake.
Missed an easy one. Oh, one of the things, Fran, we notice is when you go from bottom board, the margin of error is it's just so small.
Exactly. So when people, you know, say they're going for the kill, I say, oh, that's okay. I said, but if you could have hit a pass kill or a pass, which is a little bit higher, gives you more margin of error, that's what you need to do.
Let's look at this replay.
No chance.
Great effort, though. Great effort. No chance.
Let's
His
see.
whacker was right there.
Let's see if he goes to the forehand here. I would have. Front wall, side wall, kill shot. 2 points away.
13 serving 11.
Lalo's
Portillo
asking if he has a timeout.
He took it already. Do we have another timeout?
Can I buy one?
Can I buy a vowel?
May I buy a vowel? Yeah. Pat, Vanna.
We can make a lot of money. And sell commercials.
There you go.
Okay, 2 points away. Moscoso's second serve. Again, the one time, Fran, that he had that serve to the right side over here, it was an ace. Lalo moved, ball there by itself.
Yeah,
but he hasn't used it again.
Yep.
Big setup. I don't know what Lalo was looking.
He's using his body, pushing Lalo back, and goes for the open court.
See what Lalo's going to talk to the referee.
But if it was on the follow-through, that's nothing. And you can't appeal for just a hinder. Can only be for a penalty. So match point, Conrrado Moscoso.
And as Portillo tied him up at 11 apiece, now Moscoso's 1 point away of taking this.
Stays with the backhand.
Dean and I were both thinking that Moscoso should have drove serve to the right, catch Portillo off guard, but he didn't listen to us.
No, I wasn't sending any mental vibes, but
I was.
That's my thought would have been going there. Lalo spins, flat roll out. Lalo Portillo.
Listen,
Keeping himself alive.
The right shot, but a gutsy shot, though. There was some risk there. Portillo took it.
Crack ace. Fran, going back to what I said before, he's put the work in for the serve, and it's paying off.
Yep. He had a setup. He needed to take advantage of that. Oh, great diving get.
Wow.
What a pass.
I honestly thought he was going to go down the line.
Let's see. Oh, he got his frame on that. Oh, did it hit the camera? Nobody saw. It hit the camera.
Well, it didn't come flying down. That's a good thing.
For the match.
So second match point opportunity for Moscoso. Short serve. Moscoso serving for the match. High lob Z to the forehand. No. Junk. Wow, what a return.
Defense.
That was offense. There was no defense there.
Now he's on offense. Portillo.
I'll tell you, momentum shifted.
Wow.
Ooh.
Did not expect that to happen.
Yeah, that was the right shot. He just a poor execution of it. I don't know if he took his eye off the ball or just.
Ooh. I hope this doesn't cost him.
His facial expression said it all.
I hope this doesn't cost him the match because that's a really low note to end on.
Listen, you're going to give Moscoso 3 chances to win.
I got news for you.
Oh.
Now he listened to you both.
It's one serve late.
Better late than never. I love how much time these guys take. And I
Portillo.
love that Portillo went in and cut it off again. He wasn't scared like, oh, my goodness, I missed it before. What? He got scared.
I'm not going to risk it. He just went right at it. Yeah.
That's excellent.
Totally agree.
So, Fabio, I can see that Lalo Portillo's shorts, his pockets hanging out.
That's a tradition in Mexico that we have. When you need to take the game out of your opponent, even though you're down, we take the pockets out of our shorts, and they say bolsa. That means we're going to take the game away from them. It's a psychological factor.
Lalo's got the psychological factor going in. Ooh, beautiful pass.
Wow.
Fran,
Yeah, but again,
no chance to skip that.
But look what happened. It was down the middle. Moscoso turned to use his forehand, blocked Portilla out again, and went for a pass down the right. Beautiful.
Fourth match point opportunity. So, Moscoso serving. Down. What a great serve.
And a great get by Portillo.
And listen, he's not going down without a fight. Here we go. See the replay. It was a good serve.
It bounced a little, bounced right after the dotted line. If that ball bounced anywhere before that dotted line, ace.
But it didn't. So it wasn't.
Crack ace, Lalo Portillo.
Wow.
13, subiendo, 14.
What a way to get back into this mentally. He is prepared.
So the rally cap is like, so the pocket out is like a rally cap. Serving up, 13-14.
That is very correct.
Skipped it in, 14-14.
We might be in for a breaker.
Wow.
Fabio, Lalo held him off 4 times for the match, and now Lalo with his first opportunity. Crack!
Wow!
Ace. Game 2 in the books. Game 3 coming up.
This has got more interesting.
Very much so. We'll be back for the start of the breaker on IRT Live.
It's all about passion. I think I don't have anything to prove anymore in the sport. At the beginning of my career, I wanted to be one of the best, but I have nothing to prove. I play with no pressure. I'm just enjoying every moment. But when people are cheering for you and stop their whatever they're doing, their jobs, or to go watch you play, I mean that makes you feel good and makes you want to try hard and give a good show for that people. I'm Álvaro Beltrán. Get your M40 so you can play like me.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I guarantee you they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
With the Giza Dream Sheets, I'm getting the best sleep of my life.
I do not like my sheets. I love my Giza Dream Sheets.
I guarantee you the first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen right now. Giza Dreams are made with the finest, most sought-after cotton in the world. MyPillow Giza Dream Sheets are available in a variety of colors and will be the softest, most comfortable sheets you will ever own. And listen to this. For a limited time, when you use your promo code, Mike will send you a second set of Giza Dream Sheets absolutely free. That's 2 sets of sheets for the price of 1.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from Atlanta, Georgia, 2021 Suivant Consulting IRT Pro-Am, presented by Zurich Construction. For the IRT here in the booth, Fabio Soto, Dean Bear with Fran Davis. Fran, your thoughts on this tremendous comeback from Eduardo Portillo, taking it to 3?
You know, mental toughness at its best. He never gave up. He never said die. He didn't allow the 15-2 first game loss to affect him, and he just plugged away 1 point at a time. Very impressed. Let's see how the tiebreaker goes, but I do believe Moscoso looks like he's starting to get tired, or he did in that second game. He's playing 3 events, not sure why, but he is, and it does catch up to you.
You know, and it doesn't help that Lalo Portillo was shooting bombs for ace serves. I mean, they were crack aces.
Speaking of
Nothing
bombs,
you can do.
That shot by Moscoso was really impressive to the left corner, and he is on the board first, 1 serving 0 on the head pen scoreboard. Moscoso to the serve.
Unforced error. You got to minimize those. I remember somebody came up to Jason Menino in the time he was playing and doing camps with me, and somebody said, hey, if you can give me 1 tip, tell me what it is. And he said, don't skip the ball. And the person looked at him like, that's what you're going to tell me? And I turned and I said, that's the most valuable tip you're going to ever get.
Ooh.
That looked like a skip.
What a get. Wow, Moscoso staying with it, even with a bad shot.
That was a great way to recover from him. Even though what he did to Portillo was not the most effective one, he got back on his feet, got the ball, put it away. It's coming too strong from the back wall.
And he's got a commanding lead, 3-0 in the breaker, which only goes to 11. So let's see if he can widen it, or is Portillo going to shrink it? One or the other.
Wow, that was a bullet.
What precision to the left wall, wallpaper right there. Not much that Portillo can do about it, really.
Nope.
Not really much.
Other than the first shot shouldn't have been off the back.
Exactly.
So.
Conrrado Moscoso on a roll here. 4 points for him. So we're going to remind everybody watching, coming up next, Samuel Murray from Canada versus Alejandro Landa from the U.S. The second semifinal. for this evening.
You know, I'm surprised that when Portillo is coming up attacking, that sometimes he doesn't hit an overhead to the right side of the court because he's using his forehand, pushing Moscoso to the left, and he's still going to the left when he could be really going to the right, which has, more of the court open than the other side. It's just surprising to see. I haven't seen him once hit an overhead to the right.
Ooh, just a replay. Well, Portillo had the line.
He did have the line.
He could have taken the shot, and that's what you need to do. Dean and I talk about this a lot, Fran. And we say, take the shot. You're a professional player. Take the shot. Conrrado Moscoso did the serve again. 5-0.
So was game 2, because it took so much for Portillo to win game 2? Does he have nothing left here in game 3?
Oh, of course he does.
It doesn't seem that way so far.
Not
like to see he needs to keep that pocket back out. I think he put it in.
Yeah, tell him that.
Interesting.
No, now we got a little inside tip on the Mexican thinking.
Wow,
That's
flat
a beautiful
rollout
shot.
right there. That was nasty.
It was. Let's see what Portillo has to say about being down 0-5 in game 3. This would be monumental if Portillo pulled it off.
Oh, yeah. It would be pretty incredible.
He's going for the crack. Nice point there by Portillo. Gets that donut out.
Yeah, nicely constructed point. Often, amateur players, they try to rush and end rallies before they should. And these pros are, they develop the play and they make things happen, and they're much more patient.
Wow,
flat
compelling.
roll right there.
That's a flat rollout.
Compelling, down the line hit.
That's okay.
What do you think of Conrado's swing? Smooth, right?
Very smooth. I love his footwork. I love his attitude. I think he's great for the sport. Beautiful pass.
Not a good
Portillo.
return. Not a good serve by Conrrado. Came flying off the back wall.
And Portillo took advantage, is what you have to do.
Towel.
When you get opportunities, the more you can take advantage of them, the more points you're going to score, the more W's you're going to have.
Towel timeout, sponsored by Zurich Construction. 1 serving 5 on the head pen scoreboard. Once again, let's thank Donald Williams for supporting the tour, owner of Suivant Consulting and Williams Accounting, 2 major sponsors, as well as Zurich. Zurich is really putting his brand behind racquetball in tournaments, in the broadcast, with juniors. Really just comes from a really good place. So thank you, Francisco, for your support. Fran, we're going to be broadcasting tomorrow morning the juniors finals.
Yeah,
the juniors get a chance to be, broadcasted, interviewed. Pretty special for juniors, correct?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you see it in, they have the in tennis tournaments where they'll have the junior French Open or the junior, Wimbledon. They play on that, whatever morning, and then they get interviewed. It's, something that, really, will be inspirational to them and give them a chance to be on that in the winner's circle and be proud and hopefully come back and train and want to be on the tour in the future. So I think it's great.
So got to remember, in game number 3, you only have 1 timeout. So these gentlemen have to use it very, very appropriately at the right time. You don't want to waste it. And 1 appeal.
Montse Portillo is throwing the Mexican flags in that chat box.
Tell her to take her pocket out of her pants to help Portillo.
There you go.
But that is a good question. You could ask Portillo after the match why he did that.
Well, he took game 2, so let's see what he does in game 3.
See, again, that right side was open.
Good
wow,
little poke.
Great get.
That's the right shot. Point number 6.
He is a great down the line.
Commercial. Commercial, Pablo. Where's the replay? Here's the. Let's see that down the line kill shot. Let's see how low. If he gets low. Good stroke.
That's a pass kill.
Oh, he took a timeout.
Portillo.
Let's take a timeout ourselves. We'll be back on IRT Live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Fabio, did Lalo call that
Yes.
timeout?
Yes.
Okay, wasn't sure. So Lalo is in for the long haul. The only way they're coming off the court is if Conrrado says so. To the forehand, off the back wall. Poke from Lalo, not good. What a diving get. Bottom board, Moscoso. Most players after Lalo a get like that, the next shot is usually a skip because it's extreme amount of pressure. But obviously that's not affecting Conrrado Moscoso.
No, it is not. He's expanding that lead. 7-1.
Moscoso.
That's a screen, yep. God, Scott calling 4 matches already. He's got 2 more.
We did this. This is our 5th of 7. 5 of 7.
Well,
yeah.
well, it's good when you have guests that can come in and kind of feed off you. And I heard you had Sudsy and Kane and
That was phenomenal.
Oh,
the,
yeah,
the
they're
insight, the court presence that they know. That's just something
priceless.
Absolutely, it was fantastic for the fans.
Yeah, exactly.
When,
That's how
when
they
do
learn.
when do you get the best player to sit there and talk about what's going on in the court? You don't usually. He's on the court, so it was a very good for the fans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I watched Kane the other night. I caught glimpses of his clinic, and as a coach myself, I was quite impressed with how he dealt with the people, and he was very, very, very engaged.
Skipped it in.
That ball skipped according to the referee. I don't see Conrrado appealing.
No appeal.
Portillo gave it to him.
Portillo gave it to him. So that makes it
So,
9.
Fran,
I think Dean would take it.
No, of course. I want to ask you, Fran, as a coach of the game, racquetball is one of the only sports that, a player can overturn a referee. No other sport does that ever happen. A guy sliding into first, umpire calls him out, and the first baseman says, no, he made it. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in tennis. It's not allowed. Do you think it should be allowed?
No. Not at the professional level.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
No. Your job
That
is
ball
to play.
skipped. That ball skipped.
Yeah, but he's not appealing it.
Look, I gave you that other one. You're not going to give me this one. That's why. That's exactly what he's telling him.
9
I gave you that other one. Why are you not giving me this one?
They should play and not make calls.
Eduardo Portillo looked at his camp and he asked his corner, and they said no appeal.
It was a skip.
We'll never know. Oh, man, I smell that somebody's got Ben Gay or something. Oh, that's right. It's Saturday night. People are hurting.
Icy hot.
Oh, it's Paul.
Icy hot.
I think it's Paul behind us. You can't breathe.
Yeah.
It's waking us up, Fran.
It's warming us up. Well, I called Francisco this morning, who was helping me get to the club, and he picked me up, and I said, how does your body feel? Because he played, 3-4 matches. He says, I could barely move. And I told him, I do not miss those days. It is very, very tough.
Going to the forehand.
You know what? I wanted to see Portillo go for the crack serve like he went at the end of game 2. He did it for 3 times, and I wanted to see him do that. He didn't go. He went for the forehand.
Wow.
Wow.
What a return.
Do not try that at home. Chest high.
Leave it to
Splat rolls the ball into the left corner. Pretty impressive.
Leave it to professionals.
Conrrado Moscoso, the racquetball whisperer.
What's funny is, when I'm doing lessons or camps or whatever, people say, well, I watched Kane and he did this, that. I said, he's Kane. I said, and I use Michael Jordan as an example. I said, when Michael Jordan could do things that defies
gravity,
logic.
It's specific to that person. Do not try it at home. It is not worth the risk, whether it could hurt you or not. You're going to have more misses than successes. So stick to what you know best.
Ooh, crack. A great crack by Lalo.
Eduardo Portillo getting a few breaks here. Eduardo Portillo.
Again, sloppy play by Moscoso, which looks to me, again, a little tired. In the middle of that tiebreaker, it looked like he woke up a little bit. The last few points, a lot of unforced errors.
Short ball. 9-1. Lalo needs to score some points to get back into this game.
That's not going to work.
Oh, whoa. That was a bad serve.
Yeah, it's not going to work. It's a missed lob, took
Missed
it out
lob.
of the air.
Maybe, of course, very few things going to work against Conrrado Moscoso. But instead of a lob, Fran, I wanted to see maybe a high lob nick, something closer to the wall. That was just.
Well, he could have been trying that and missed it. But, even a 3/4 Z, something that's not just sitting up there for him to
What a get.
put away. Again, look at how he's using his body.
Yes, amazing.
That's
A
pretty.
little hockey action right there.
Exactly.
That was fantastic.
You would know.
Loving
you would
it.
know. And just like
that was deliberate. Like he was just trying to box him out.
Yeah.
And as it stands, Conrrado Moscoso is 1 point away from passing to the final tomorrow.
12 noon. High noon.
And who will he play? Who's the next matchup?
Landa or Sam Murray. Whoever wins that match.
So
See the pocket? He took the pocket.
Yeah.
Look at the pocket. To the left.
Well, I think
should have did it a little earlier.
Exactly.
6-1. So, match point opportunity. Moscoso going back to the lob. High lob, Nick.
Thank you for sharing that info with us.
Lalo, down the line,
there he
winner.
goes. That pocket comes out, and he fires up.
Well, I'm sure even though you've coached with the Mexican racquetball for years, Fran, I'm sure you didn't know because, I mean, you coach Paola, and she doesn't wear pockets.
No, she wears pretty skirts.
And she's usually never down.
And she's usually never down. So I'm not surprised you don't know.
Well, I'm gonna ask her.
Ask her. Go ahead.
I am. I'm gonna tell her what I learned this weekend.
Ask her because Christian, her brother, he does it.
Wow.
Well, because he's always down. Ooh. No, I'm just kidding. I actually like Christian. He's so funny.
He's funny, and he's such a tough player. Miss seeing him play. That's not going to work.
Bottom board skipped it in.
Ooh.
Well, at Mexican Nationals last time, he defeated Andre Parrilla.
Yeah.
He took him out.
But what I'm saying is he has so much potential.
Oh, yeah.
But he doesn't train, and Paola always tries to get him to train. And he's so natural. He comes out and could win a tournament without really training. Could you imagine what he could do if he trained? He is incredible.
Beautiful bottom board. Second opportunity. Moscoso going for the win.
So 10-2. And we have Alejandro Landa and Sam Murray warming up. They're next, folks. So stay tuned.
Moscoso looking to punch his ticket to the finals tomorrow. I'm surprised no drive serve again.
Me too. I'm actually surprised.
Good pickup. Set up. Lalo's there.
He's not going down easy.
Into the ground. The ticket is punched. Moscoso will be in the finals tomorrow, high noon.
I want to thank everybody for watching this semifinal of the IRT as Conrrado Moscoso wins the match 15-2, 14-15 and 11-2. Muchas gracias a todos los que están sintonizando desde todo el mundo, especialmente del bello país de Bolivia, donde Conrrado Moscoso toma el partido 15-2, 14-15, 11-2 y pasa a la final mañana contra el ganador del siguiente partido para que se sintonicen y lo vean a las 12 del día aquí en Atlanta, Georgia.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what a match. Fran Davis, thank you. I know you have a finals doubles match to go prepare for. Next up on the championship court, number 1 seed Alejandro Landa will take on Sam Murray right here on IRT Live.